All you need to do is stay quiet. Let's start the session by chanting Om 3 times. Please chant Om together with me. 1 Om with every breath. Take a nice deep breath, inhale, and then release the breath with the chant of Om. A student of meditation, a young new student, he came to know about a meditation master, a famous one. So he went up to him. He was very curious. He went up to this meditation master and asked, he said, if I will do all the poses of yoga every day, totally sincerely, how long will it take for me to reach to inner peace? The meditation master looked at him and said, 10 years. And the student, he was expecting maybe a few days, months, 10 years. He thought again. He said, okay, if I work even harder and control my thoughts, how long will it take for me to reach to inner peace? The master stayed quiet. He looked at him and said, 20 years. The student got puzzled. He was like, I'm thinking about working harder. 20 years? Well, let's maybe work even harder for that. So he said, okay, if I practice love, compassion, non-violence, kindness, all those things as well, how long will it take for me to reach to inner peace? The master looked at him and said, 40 years. And this confused the guy even more. He was completely puzzled, but he didn't want to give up. So he thought, okay, maybe one last try. Maybe I'm not thinking about it rightly. Maybe I need to meditate more about it. So he said, okay, if I become a monk and I meditate 20 hours a day, how long will it take for me to reach to inner peace? The master looked at him and said, 80 years. And this completely broke the guy. It totally confused him completely, and this time he was disappointed, annoyed. He didn't know what this master was saying. So he asked, look, I'm constantly trying to put in more effort, trying to work harder. Why, when I put more work, when I work harder on this, you're saying that the number of years that would be required for reaching to inner peace are increasing? The master said, inner peace is right here. You just need to be quiet. A very warm welcome to all of you in this meditation session with me, Dhyanse. Inner peace is right here. All you need to do is to be quiet. Inner wisdom is right here. All you need to do is to be quiet. All your questions can be answered. All you need to do is stay quiet. Everything worth experiencing in this world is right here. All you need to do is stay quiet. What does it mean to stay quiet? Who is staying quiet? Who is keeping quiet? Is it the body? Is it the mind? Or is it something else? Who is keeping quiet? That who is listening to me right now, who is looking at me right now, you stay quiet. Not your mind, not your body, just you. The mind, the body can follow. If you expect that I will reach to inner peace only when my body will be completely still, I will have full control over my mind will be completely silent, only then I will reach to inner peace. This is a long journey. A shorter journey is you simply stay quiet. What does it mean to stay quiet? It means that when the body or the mind is asking for your attention, they are doing their own things. Body is constantly in motion, your heart is beating, your breath is going on, and a million processes are going on in your body. When they ask for your attention, you do not give it attention. You do not involve yourself in the process. You remain indifferent, you remain uninvolved. When the mind is going through different processes, is going through a journey of thoughts of the past or the future, if you do not get involved, if you remain quiet, the mind, and not get involved with the processes of the mind, that's where you reach to inner peace directly. And everything else, mind and body, they start following as a consequence. When you remain quiet, what happens as a consequence is that your body and mind start to follow you. So there is one way of achieving to inner peace, which is an indirect way, the indirect path of meditation, where we learn different techniques to silence the body, to calm down the body, to relax the body. Lots of work has been done to relax the body. There are processes, there are techniques, there are methods to control the mind, to calm the mind, to put the mind at rest, and then reaching to you, your awareness, your inner core. These are all indirect methods, indirect techniques of meditation. What we are going to do today is the direct way of meditation. That is, it starts with you. It starts with you being quiet, you being silent, as simple as that. And when you do that, when you remain silent, you are quiet, your mind in the beginning starts to take your awareness, it comes to you, it gives you an idea, it shows you what you could do tomorrow, it brings worries from the past, the fears, all the things of the mind from the past, and it comes and tries to take your attention. But if you do not give it attention, if you remain quiet, your mind comes to you once, it comes to you twice, it comes to you the third time. Slowly it realizes that you are quiet, it also starts becoming quiet. It also starts not to disturb you any further. Same is with the body. when you will be sitting in meditation, maybe you will have pain somewhere in the leg, maybe an itch, maybe something else going on in your body that will call for your attention. If you learn to not get involved with it, if you learn to still remain quiet, that itch, that pain would stop asking your attention after a certain time and will become still and will follow what your core is. If your core is at silence, if you are at silence, your mind slowly also follows, body also follows. So start with you remaining quiet, remaining silent, and not worry about the mind, not worry about the body. This is one of the biggest questions every meditator is asking. How can I control the mind? How can I silence my mind? But if you get stuck with that expectation of controlling your thoughts, trying to bring peace and silence to your mind, it will take a long, long time and you might not even reach there. So just start with yourself, with you who's listening right now, who's looking at me right now, to stay quiet, to stay silent first, not concerned about the mind, not concerned about the body. And comes a time, even in this session, where when your silence concentrates, when your silence becomes heavy, it becomes alive, your awareness opens up out of it. So your awareness arises out of your silence, and you could see slowly your mind at a distance, your body at even a further distance, which allows this gap to not get involved with the mind, to not get involved with the body, and there's a natural stability, natural centeredness that you experience as you remain quiet. You can stay quiet just like that without having to do any particular method, any particular technique. But today I'm going to teach you one simple way in which you can bring this vow of silence that you will all take together with me for the next 30 minutes to just honestly promise ourselves that we will stay silent, and we'll take that vow deep in ourselves to our conscious, subconscious, and deeper layers of ourselves. How to do that is when you exhale, if you just repeat and bring all your awareness and attention to this idea to this commitment of that I will stay quiet. No matter what happens, I will stay quiet. And you keep on exhaling while repeating this, you keep on exhaling while repeating this, you keep on exhaling while repeating this, all in one exhalation. Comes a point where you feel that all the air is out of your lungs, you still keep on throwing the air out, you keep on exhaling and still keep on repeating, I will stay quiet. To an extent that there is absolutely no breath, you almost feel like you're going to suffocate, you still exhale and affirm that you're going to remain quiet, you're going to remain silent, until comes a point where you just can't hold it anymore. Go further, even further. This would be in one exhalation. Maybe you are able to repeat this mentally 5 times, 6 times, 10 times. And overall, we'll do this for 5 breaths. Once you have done this for 5 breaths, no need to do anything. We'll just simply sit in silence. You will stay quiet. There will be very minimal guidance on the meditation from me because you will simply stay quiet. I will help you to not get distracted by the noises of the trams or something like that, and allow your silence to grow for 30 minutes. And once we are fully, all of us are silent, after 30 minutes if there are any experiences, any questions, anything that is worth sharing. We will share it with the group. Is this exercise clear before doing the meditation? So it's an exercise I will just repeat for those who find it difficult. It's a very simple exercise where you would just exhale, and while exhaling you will repeat just mentally like a mantra that you take a vow of silence, that I will remain silent, I will remain quiet, and let that grow, let that repeat with your exhalation, with all the air out, slowly out of your lungs, fully out of your lungs, to a point where there is absolutely no breath left in your system, and your system starts to crave, your body starts to crave for breath. Even in that moment, keep this remembrance, keep this thing repeating that I will remain quiet, I'll remain silent. When you do that, this goes very, very deep in your system. If you do that honestly, if you do that sincerely, it goes so deep in your system that while you are meditating and you start to hear noises from outside of the trams, or any other thought comes that is distracting you, this will remind you to remain quiet, not to interfere, not to get involved, not to touch the thought, not to worry about the mind, not to worry about the body, and just remain quiet for the next 30 minutes. Before we start, if there are any cell phones that are on, please switch them off just in case. Otherwise, let's sit straight. Close our eyes. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale from the nose, and also exhale from the nose. Now take a nice deep breath from the nose. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly keep your awareness to the vow of silence. Keep repeating, I will remain quiet, I'll remain silent. Another inhale, and as you exhale, I'll remain quiet, I'll remain silent. Bring all your energy into this vow of silence. Repeat this process 5-6 times at your own pace. In each round, bringing all your energy, all your awareness to this vow of silence. Keep on exhaling until the last breath in your lungs. Take everything out while remaining aware of the vow of silence. Push yourself with one more breath like that. And nothing else should remain except for this vow of silence. Now leave this process. Just stay quiet. Let the breath flow in your lungs as normally as it always does. Allow your body to find a natural center where it can rest, while you simply remain quiet. For the next minutes, forget everything else. Just remain quiet. Don't control the body. Let it be on its own. Let your mind do whatever it wants to do. Leave it. You remain quiet. The world around you may move. You remain quiet. As you stay quiet, let your breath flow naturally. Stay like that. Absolutely silent, quiet. Stay in this quietness, just like that. Body may move, don't get involved. Mind may wander, you remain quiet. Fall deep in this silence. Don't hold on to anything. Absolute stillness, silence, in this silence, also remain aware. Movements outside, inside you, absolute stillness. Stay like this for a couple of more minutes. Let go. Let go of everything. And stay quiet. Remember the vow of silence that you took. Notice how your mind has calmed down. How your body has settled in silence. You're radiating silence for others around you. Bring your awareness to your breath. And feel how your breath is flowing in and out. Softly, silently, in and out. Bring your awareness to the sensations in your body. To the sense of centeredness, that you're sitting here in silence. In this moment, be thankful that you gave yourself these moments of silence, that you allowed your body, your mind, and your inner core to come to rest. And very gently and slowly, you may open your eyes. Give yourself enough time for your body to slowly move again. Was it easy to stay quiet?
Yes.
Is it your mind which is not staying quiet, or you?
I think very often we are actually tortured by thoughts all day long. You know, thoughts like hammering onto your body, and it feels just immensely good to relax. And it helps me to think, you know, when I start breathing, as if there was a filter, you know, all the thoughts bang, I just let them go through the filter and disappear again and again and again, until there is no thought left. And I have kind of complete emptiness, and that's wonderful. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But I do something like that every day. When I start sitting, I just get rid of my thoughts first. And the idea with the filter, you know, sort of let them come and go down and disappear like that.
Yeah.
Then there comes the moment where they don't bother you anymore, when they're just not there. This is the moment.
That's one way of visualizing it.
Yeah, it helps.
But
There are others.
what we try to practice today is this direct way of entering meditation where there is no excuse, there is no taking the responsibility of not being quiet. Because often we say, well, my mind is crazy, or my mind has a lot of thoughts, my mind is not allowing me to settle down. And when you just, even as an assumption, separate between yourself and the mind, and take the responsibility that first I will stay quiet, and then we'll see if my mind allows me to stay quiet or not. This changes the equation, and this, if you start, then one day mind follows. If not today, at some point of time, mind follows. Any questions, any experiences from the last 30 minutes which anyone would like to share?
I try to imagine the Vow of Silence.
Okay.
Well, I just thought like it's made of bricks and that building it from down to up, something like that. I mean, this was one thought. Because I thought that it would be better to replace these many thoughts of distant things with this thought that I'm at least staying focused on this.
Yeah.
The first time.
Yeah, that's good. Just a tip, you're still working on your mind. Stop working on your mind. Stop working on your body. Work on yourself. If you start from there, I might sound like I'm repeating, but again, all those what you're doing by imagining all the thoughts as one big bowl of things, these are all techniques to work on the mind, but try not working on the mind, try not working on the body, try just staying quiet. So simple, it's so simple. Without any formula, magic technique to it. So try it, whatever works, but give this a try where not working on the mind, but you staying quiet, and then just see what happens. Anybody else?
Just one more thing I wanted to share. I feel that start with the breathing, but your breath, my breath, gets very flat, flatter, until it seems to me I don't breathe at all. I don't notice it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All at once, however, I have to catch my breath again.
That's fine. That's fine. If we were to do...
It's like breathing, flatter, stop breathing.
That's also good. There's nothing wrong with that.
Symptom, is it?
Yeah, when your mind and body silences down, then your breath also becomes shallow and very short, and also comes a point where there's almost no breath. Almost. But if you try to force that you try to breathe shallow and low, you'll again be stuck in the process of controlling your breath. Instead of letting go and things settling naturally, you would just try to control your breath. And a lot of people do that, because the idea of a shallow breath is relaxing. Your mind goes along with the breath. When you're breathing, when the breath goes slowly shallow, your mind also is becoming more and more focused. So it gives an impression that you are not thinking anymore, or your mind has calmed down. But if you remain in this process of controlling the breath and making it shallow by yourself, I'm not saying that you're doing that, but I'm just saying in case if that is the case, release it. Let it be. You remain quiet. No last comments? Anything from the back? Anybody? Or yes?
Why do we sit? I was also, I should have not thought, but that lying on the back would be, in a sense, easier because, when I sit like this, my legs start to ache, and then I have this sort of leg aching.
If you promise me that you will not fall asleep, you can lay down on your back. And this common problem of how you're sitting and the posture is sometimes your back is not straight, all this will go away. So keep on practicing slowly as your energies are aligning, as your body becomes more and more silent, you will see that it's also easier to sit like this. It doesn't happen in one day, it takes a while, but it's also not a necessity for you to have meditation today. So keep on meditating the way you can sit comfortably, like this gentleman sitting next to the wall which helps your back and does not let you all the time go in pain and work around with pain. That should be fine. One small announcement from my side. There are, I think, 3 more sessions for this year left in December. After that, we will continue for next year as well. This year was a wonderful year of meditating together with all of you, so we decided to continue this, and we'll have these sessions as we have this year every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. starting next year as well. The only change we would have is I would like to do a series of 7, for example, sessions starting from January that would be all around one theme. So if you can and not miss those 7 sessions, I think as a theme you would take an entire complete set of concepts or trainings from my side. And if that works, if you guys can commit to that, I'll continue with themes. Otherwise, just like in this session, every time we meet, we try something else. We start from scratch and we take it to as far as we can. For today, thank you very much for joining me in this meditation session. Have a lovely evening, have a lovely week ahead. Namaste.